Hey, what is going on, you overly sarcastic score bunnies? Today, playing some games with the long cat once again, Meowth VMax. It is the newest addition to the Pokemon trading card game, so definitely want to show them off. I know I did just come out with a Meowth VMax video, but there's multiple ways to play the cat, so I did want to come at you guys with another build that I did come up with. I mean, I didn't come up with it, it's kind of an obvious combo. Meowth VMax, Meowth VMax needs 4 energy. Welder puts energy in play, but this is the list that I came up with for the deck. So we got the 4 Welder. Obviously, it's a Jirachi engine build. Got the Jirachis. I got some Absols in here because we had a lot of bench space to work with, and some open spots in the deck to work with as well. 1 Heatran because sometimes we want to be able to take 1-shots with the Hot Burn GX. And then 2 Choice Helmet and some Mallow Lanas because he's got 300 HP, so we may as well abuse that. We can't get 1-shot by pretty much anything besides Flare Blitz GX in the Mewtwo box, which we can prevent with the Choice Helmet. So if we get hit by any less than a knockout, and the Mallow Lana can prevent the knockout on the next turn, we got 3 Mallow Lanas in here. We do draw a lot of cards with the G-Max Gold Rush, so we have a lot of cards to work with to like discard off of Mallow Lana to heal the dude, and Choice Helmets to reduce the initial damage we take to make sure the damage we heal off Mallow Lana is actually a relevant number. A couple of Dedennes in here for some draw power. I do still play Cherish Balls, even though they can't find the Meowth VMax. So the combo we can do is Cherish Ball for Heatran or Dedenne, and then calm it back into the deck. If we don't have any other Pokemon we want to calm back in the deck, or just don't have any other Pokemon to calm back in the deck, we can pull that combination of cards off. Also, Dedenne is a good draw engine in general, or a good draw Pokemon to have around. So Cherish Balls, extra Cherish Balls just to find Dedenne, I think is well worth it. Then we got 2 stamps, 2 Great Catchers for some utility cards, and that is the list. Let's go ahead, let's play some games. Crazy good opening hand in this one. We got the turn 1 Welder for 2 plus attach to our small cat, and then we have the big cat all ready to go in hand with a Jirachi start. I don't think it ever gets better than this. This is pretty gosh darn good. We have a Welder for next turn, so I think I'm gonna hold this energy, grab the Choice Helmet. Don't know what we're playing up against here. Yeah, grab ourselves the Choice Helmet just in case we need that. Go ahead, throw it on the cat. Welder for 1 next turn. Then we need another Fire Energy and a Switch card. And our Meowth VMax will be all ready to roll, ready to go. There's a Viridian Forest, so our opponent helping us out a little bit there. I guess the only thing we potentially miss out on is that we can't hard retreat our Jirachi for 1 anymore because of having to go Welder to the bench guy, attach to the bench guy, but I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I think we can survive. We'll be just fine. So it is a Malamar deck we're up against. Definitely going to want to find ourselves some Mallow and Lanas. That's going to be the main way we stay ahead in this matchup, or get ahead, stay ahead. Find our Mallow and Lanas. We're going to hit with our cat, use our Mallow and Lanas, heal up our cat, and then go from there. Our opponent, no Inkay start. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit rough for them early on here for sure. Put that down. Oh, I could have put 2 down there. Oops. I just instinctively put 1 down because I was like, that was our game plan going into the turn, was just to use 1. So I instinctively just used 1. Thankfully our Jirachi is still sleeping, so I'm not going to get overly punished. We do have a Mallow and Lana in hand now, so I don't want to lose that. I'd rather just find a switch card like this. There we go. There's Escape Board. Instead of, you know, using Dedenne change, doing all that, attach here, big cat, Escape Board to the active, and then retreat and swing with the G-Max Gold Rush, knocking out the Mew, getting our first prize card. We got a Mallow Lana set up. They aren't even set up though to attack with Giratina, so we're not gonna have to Mallow Lana for a while. And actually, with this build of the deck, one thing that I have kind of come into contact with, or like has been a factor in my games, is actually I've been getting close to decking out sometimes with this deck. So you got to be careful. You definitely have to be careful about decking out. I've gotten close a couple times to decking out. Haven't quite decked out ever, but I have very, very much almost decked out with the Welder build compared to the ADP build. The ADP build, I don't think I've ever gotten close to decking out. It's just always been pretty smooth sailing, chilling. I don't know if I want a second Jirachi in play. I don't think it could hurt too much. And then yeah, we're not gonna use Viridian Forest. We're gonna get plenty of cards off the G-Max Gold Rush, so I'm not gonna do any of that. I guess I could set up a 3rd cat if I wanted to, drawing all my cats here, all my small cats and all my big cats in the hand right now. But we're probably going to Mallow Lana a couple of those away. I think we only need 2 big cats. I'm not trying to set up a 3rd big cat. We could, but definitely seems unnecessary. Overall does not seem necessary. We're just going to chill here. Mallow and Lana heal. Stellar Wish. Grab ourselves some more Mallow and Lanas. That's all we're digging for here is Mallow and Lana after Mallow and Lana after Mallow and Lana. All right, they drew an escape board for sure. Yeah, there it is. They're already throwing it down. They don't even care. They're like, oh, let's show it to you. Yeah, definitely drew an escape board there. I guess I could have Giant Hearth the Viridian Force. There's no reason not to do that. Kind of holding on to it here for no reason. I mean, it looks cool. It looks pretty. I kind of don't want my opponent to discard it, but besides that, yeah, really no reason to be sitting on this Giant Hearth. Could just have thrown that in play. I wouldn't use it, but having it in play seems a little bit more advantageous than having it just kind of sit in the hand. There we go. They got a Giratina set up. Here we go with a Distortion Door as well. Probably, I mean, if I was them, I would hit both Jirachis here. Going for a Jirachi and one on the Meowth. Man, maybe that is a little bit better. I don't actually know though. It seems fine either way. Hoping I bench another non-GX. I guess that wouldn't ever happen. I mean, they shouldn't play for that to happen. So I guess maybe this is a little bit better overall. Yep, 130 to our Meowth, but that's no problem for the healing power of the Mallow and Lana. Gonna go ahead and do that to get rid of Small Cat, and I'm thinking one of the reset stamps because I don't really care too much about reset stamping my opponent, but I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of a Cherish Ball instead. Go back to the Jirachi. Gonna attach to the Meowth. Hearth in play. Should have done that last. I think that was in my hand. I should have done that last turn. Evolve another cat. Go ahead, Stellar Wish. Don't want, I'll take a switch. I was gonna say, don't want any of that, but I don't mind having a switch in hand. Then we retreat to the cat once again, and then that G-Max Gold Rush knockout. And as you can see, we're already down to 24 cards in deck, now 21. There's a Mallow and Lana, that's what we're looking for. You do draw a lot of cards. Some considerations in the deck are definitely stuff like the Victini Prism. It'll throw a bunch of energy back in our deck. We can always default into the Heatran if we have to stop drawing cards. Usually it's just kind of fine for us to sit here and draw cards. And usually, more likely than not, just based on what's played in the current meta, we're up against a GX deck, which means it's a little bit more fine for us to be... yeah, we're usually up against a GX deck, which means it's kind of like our damage is being put to more use for more prize cards, I guess is how I should put it. Like, we're usually drawing, you know, every 2 attacks we're drawing 2 or 3 prize cards instead of 1 prize card and attack. You know, sometimes we knock out a Dedenne, that's 2 prize cards and so on, stuff like that. But in these situations, it is very much 1 prize card, 1 prize card, and that means we're drawing 3 cards every time we draw the 1 prize card, which can build up to the point where it gets kind of close to us decking out. So up against like the Malamar matchup or any other 1 prize matchup, we can definitely get kind of close to decking out for sure. We can definitely get close to decking out with the Meowth VMax. Gold Rush draws a lot of cards, so Cynthia would definitely be something to consider in here, just like a 1 of Cynthia, so we can shuffle our hand back into our deck, or like a 1 of Judge, maybe if we want it to be a little bit disruptive, or like I said, the Victini Prism would also be okay to just shuffle a bunch of fire back in the deck, but we don't discard fire and our attackers don't go down very frequently, so I'm not sure how I'd actually feel about a Victini Prism being in the deck, because yeah, we don't take knockouts very frequently. Our cats just kind of chill and play and so on, so maybe that would be a little bit too slow to do enough damage for it ever to really matter, because yeah, we have 1 energy in the discard pile right now, for example. I'm gonna go ahead and bench this. That's just here. That's this here. Mallow and Lana. Get rid of Jirachi, and I think I will give up a reset stamp here. I'd rather keep the Dedenne, the switch, I'll keep 1 of the reset stamps, keep the Great Catcher, keep the Welder, Stellar Wish. If there's no Mallow and Lana, I don't really care. We do only have 1 Mallow and Lana left, so I wasn't like, didn't really expect to see it there, but no, I had to. If we had seen it there, would have been pretty nice. Go ahead and take another knockout on the Giratina. Go down to 2 prize cards. Our opponent has yet to draw a prize card, and we're in a good spot to close one out. There's one of our Absols, finally finding the Absols. We do play 2 of those guys to disrupt our opponent's Jirachis and basic Pokemon retreating. And yeah, there's the concession from our opponent. The 3 Mallow Lana plus the 300 HP is a little bit too much for Malamar to overcome, so it's going to be a pretty easy dub. I think that matchup is definitely pretty good. All right, we've got another Malamar here. I guess just to showcase how good this matchup is, we're going to stick around in this one and beat up on yet another Malamar. They got themselves the Mew start as well. So back-to-back Malamars, back-to-back Mew starts. This guy's turn seems to be going a little bit better than our last opponent's turn one, though. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Back-to-back Malamars, back-to-back Mew starts. All right. I mean, it's possible. So 2 Inkay in hand. I'm expecting Lily to be their last card here. So Lily, a clean Lily for 8 about to come out here, I assume. Maybe not. Just the pass. All right. Well, this one might be more of a donk than anything. Gonna go Hearth. Don't want to lose like in this deck specifically. I don't like I could have gone Viridian Force away in energy, Hearth away in energy, but getting energy in the discard pile isn't as valuable in this deck compared to other decks. I'm gonna still always try and find a calm. Nope, we'll take another Welder. And I kind of just hope Heatran's in the deck. Haven't checked yet. All right, he's here. Guess we'll go ahead and use Heatran early on in this one. No big deal. That's why he's there, to be utilized. And there we go. 1, 2, 3. Not a whole lot to work with, but that's fine. Our opponent has literally nothing to work with, so whatever we have is better than what our opponent's got. And yeah, Steam Stomp, take the first knockout on this Mew. We'll eventually find the cat and set him up. It's only a matter of time. There's a calm. Fortunately, we have no Pokemon to calm away to go find ourselves a cat, but like I said, we'll get there eventually. Just gonna keep steaming stomping until we set up the cat, or maybe our opponent just concedes because it looks like their start was pretty rough here in this start. Yeah, they had it seemed really good at first. Double Treasure, double Inkay, but then eventually led to nothing. So unfortunate there for our opponent. Went ahead and Hearth away this, get 2 energy out of the deck. Not gonna put them anywhere because they don't do anything anywhere. We're just gonna wait until we draw a Pokemon off our top deck, off our prize cards, or draw a Meowth itself, and then we will use this Welder to charge him up. There's a big boy. We can go ahead and get rid of him with the calm, get the small boy, and then put him back into the deck. They're going ahead setting up Giratina here. Probably should have Distortion Doored on turn 1 and done that as well. So mistake there from our opponent. Second switch is going down as well there. They're grabbing themselves a Mimikyu. They have a communication. All right, so they could still be in this one, but I think it's going to be a little bit too little too late. Almost certainly here as... Excuse me, I'm going to be 3 prize cards up, and yeah, they don't have any way to really respond to Heatran on the next turn, so he's probably going to draw another prize card, and then by the next turn after that, we'll have the cat set up and ready to swing for 200 and draw us a ton of cards. I'm going to go ahead and Hearth away this guy. We do need a couple more energy. Don't have to be quite as careful about potentially decking out in this one because we didn't what's it called? We haven't gotten to a position where, what do I even want to say? We're not attacking with the Meowth VMax as early on as we did in the last game. Used Heatran here for the first 3 prize cards. Still have plenty of deck to work with to be drawn through with the Meowth VMax. So yeah, I don't really have to worry about decking out in this one quite as much as we did in the last one. We're just going to sit here, chill, keep swinging with Heatran until our opponent threatens him to the enough where we either Mallow Lana him or we could just hard retreat him to the Meowth VMax and then go from there. Finally found themselves a draw supporter. We are on the 3 prize turn, so they could go into the Baby Blacephalon, but they are down 2 switch. Most Malamar lists play 2 switch, so I don't think we're going to see that happening here. There's a Psychic Recharge to the Malamar. This is now going to become their pivot because we do have the Absol set up, so that makes sense for them to build it up into that. Draw for turn. It is a switch, just going to go attach, evolve, and same thing as last turn, Steam and Stomp. Don't need to put Heat Factory in play. I don't need to draw more cards right here. We'll be fine on that. I don't really need to get more energy out of my deck. Don't need a Welder this turn either. I'm just going to save the Welder for the second cat if I do draw into him. Yeah, so we're just chilling and swinging. I guess if our opponent plays a Reset Stamp, I could have played a little bit more aggressively about thinning my deck, but Malamar doesn't usually play Reset Stamp, so I'm playing like our opponent probably doesn't have access to Reset Stamp here. There's a Cynthia, getting them 6 new cards. There's a Communication. We're probably going to get hit by a... Ooh, there's a Snivysaur. Didn't even really think about him, but I don't think that's going to be really that big of a factor. There's a Gengar Mimikyu. Okay, one of the last things I expected to see for sure was the Gengar Mimikyu. And they can knock us out with that, though. And we actually have to be kind of careful because we do draw 3 cards with the G-Max Gold Rush, which is a little scary because of this guy. But if we play out our hand low enough, I think we'll be okay. I'm going to play Reset Stamp. I can play Mallow Lana, discard the Welder and the Switch, send up that Jirachi and just heal it, and then put the Heat Factory in play, and then have 0 trainers in my hand and then draw 3 cards. So we will never get to 6. I assume they're actually just going to go ahead and use the Poltergeist and not going to wait for, not going to Horror House first. We actually draw 0. We draw 1 cards overall. Yeah, there's that 250. Like I just said, we can play out our hand pretty low here, and the only way they can force our hand into more cards is Reset Stamp, and they would Reset Stamp us to 1. So that's probably not going to do it for our opponent. So we're going to send up the Jirachi here, draw for turn. Going to bench a Jirachi, going to put the Heat Factory in play. Going to play the Reset Stamp. And then I might just switch, draw 3, because then we can't actually get knocked out anyways. Even if we drew 3, I could draw, no, if I drew 3 Drainer cards off the G-Max Gold Rush, we would still be just fine. I am going to Stellar Wish. If I do get a Choice Helmet, I could use that, so we're going to do that. I'm going to retreat to this one. Choice Helmet would be nice. No Choice Helmet, alright, that's fine. And yeah, we can just switch into this guy now. Save the Welder, save the Mallow Lana, and then G-Max Gold Rush, draw 3 cards, and then, yeah, well, 2 of them were Fire Energy, so we only have 3 trainer cards in our hand. We do have a Great Catcher, which is all we need to bring this guy back up and knock him out. And if they do Horror House, we do just win the game. I guess the spell tag could be a little bit annoying, but even if they were able to get a knockout on our active, they have 4 prize cards left, so they wouldn't even win the game, even if that did happen. So yeah, we are in a pretty sure we just win spot here with the Meowth VMax Welder build. There's another Distortion Door from our opponent. I don't think it's going to matter. Put the damage on our Absol and our Jirachi, or both our Jirachi. It's going to be both the Jirachis. That's fine. Psychic Recharge, build him up. I feel like they can't currently retreat to Gengar Mimikyu. They need 1 more energy because we do have an Absol, which means they can't attack with Giratina as well, unless they do have more switch cards. They do play more than the 2 switch cards, but usually it is just the 2 switch cards in the Malamar decks, so this one's looking pretty good for us. There's a Recycle Energy, but there's a 0 card hand. It is going to be the Poltergeist for just a 150, and we're going to go ahead and clean this one up with a G-Max Gold Rush, 2 Malamar decks in a row, 2 dubs in a row, and that's going to do it for this short video on the VMax, the Meowth VMax Welder build. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. A lot of Malamars recently in the videos. I guess it's just people play Malamars in the morning. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.